Section 8 of the policies and procedures require us to elect new officers for fiscal year 14. And it says in that book that we're supposed to do that at this meeting. So I think we need to do that at this meeting, to elect an annualized operation. I know we've been through changes and back and forth, and people didn't get nominated back. One of us got proposed and put back, and whatever you want to do on this thing. But there is a requirement of policy procedures, and we need to follow that. And it says it's to be elected in the last meeting of the fiscal year, which is this meeting.
That's technically correct. So if I had caught that, we should have done it at the beginning, not the end. But then, well, it doesn't matter because it's for the next year. So you run that part of it, right there, and you just ask for nominations for chair.
Okay. I open the floor to nominations for chair for 2013-2014 for the Southeast Volusia Advertising Authority. Do we have any nominations?
Yes.
I would like to nominate Tom Clapsaw as the chairperson for 2014 for Southeast Volusia County Advertising Authority.
Do we have any other nominations?
I'll nominate Palmer Wilson for chair.
Any others? Are you still with us, Rose?
No, she had to go.
You have to go.
Okay. Okay, then we will close the nominations and we will ask, how do we do this?
The vote's on Tom first.
Okay. Show of hands? Or what? Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Could we have a show of hands for Tom Clapsaddle as the chair? Okay. Okay, and do we have the nominations and the vote for Palmer Wilson?
It failed. It failed, so you have to go again.
Okay. All right. We will have to take another nomination. Since we already have the nominations, we're going to have another vote since it failed. And all hands, let's put up for Mr. Clapsaddle. Okay, and for Ms. Wilson.
Without anybody. Yeah, without anybody.
Do we have to ask Bruce on the phone?
No.
Oh,
She had to go.
Oh, okay.
That's what's causing the problem. Actually, call her and see if you can get her back.
Okay.
Go on to the vice chair. Well, if we're not able to get Ruth on the phone, it's not a time sensitive issue. We don't have to do it today.
Okay.
So even though I know the policies and procedures say it, but if we can't get the tie broken, we're gonna have to wait until next meeting and do the vote at the start of the meeting.
Is it possible to put a motion forward to
Hey, Ruth,
put off the vote until the next?
do you have a couple minutes?
Yep, here it is.
I just need a few minutes. Okay, thanks. What's happening now for fiscal year 14? They have to elect new officers. And you know, Tom is chair now, Tony is vice chair, and Scott is treasurer. So we're at a tie here, so I'm gonna put you on speaker. And then we're gonna go through the nomination process for chairman. Okay?
Yeah, just tell them Tom's nominated, Palmer's nominated. We're not gonna go through the whole process again.
Okay, Tom has been nominated and Palmer has been nominated. So I'm going to put you on speakerphone to go through the voting process. Okay, thanks. Are you there? Yeah. Okay.
Okay, Ruth, we've got two of our board have been nominated for chair. I guess the best way to do this is to
You just do the same thing you just did.
Okay. Those that are for Mr. Clapsaddle as the chair, please raise your hand or say yes.
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 Okay. And those for Mr. Wilson, please say yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay. That makes Mr. Wilson the chair, starting the next meeting, but you have to do vice chair and treasurer.
Okay. All right, now I would like to open the floor for nominations for our vice chair.
I'd like to nominate Tom Costello for the vice chair.
Second that nomination.
Okay. And is that all that we have? I guess we take root on that one. Okay.
Yeah, you do have.
Oh, okay. All those in favor of Mr. Clapsaddle being the vice chair?
Aye.
Okay. And for treasurer, do we have a nomination?
I nominate this gentleman to my right, Scott Brown, as treasurer for 2014.
And do we have any further nominations? Okay. The nominations are closed. All those that are in agreement, please signify by saying yes.
Yes.
Okay. So the yeses, ayes have it.
Thank you, Ruth.
One final comment from me, and then you can take a motion. I'd like to, I want to truly
Thanks,
thank,
Ruth.
I mean, seriously, thank Tom for jumping in.
I don't think so. We're good.
Hi, Mommy.
Sorry. I want to thank Tom for jumping in a very unusual situation. Tom and I have been friends since we came on this board, so none of this has to do with anything other than compliance with board requirements and everything else in the current situation. But he did a good job, and I would recommend that if Tom's available, that when you go back, if you have another meeting before this budget meeting, that I would specifically request that Tom, as the vice chair, attend that meeting since you were in the first meeting, and carry through with that if you can handle that.
The only thing I have to say before we end this meeting, and I'll make this quick, simple, painless, because I want to get out of here too, I have work to do, is Carl and I had a meeting with the Chambers of Commerce from Port Orange and from here in Smyrna Beach. We also had people there that represented people we've given grants to as well. And they all expressed the ability to work with us. And it wasn't directed at any individual. It wasn't directed at this year, last year. It goes back years and years and years. And the one thing that I wanted to make sure that we did, and I hope that we can continue doing, is that we work together with the chambers and with the people, with our stakeholders, with the people coming to us who are also volunteers in most of the organizations that we deal with for grants, that we continue to work together period, end of discussion. I don't want the animosity that we experienced in that room that day. And again, it wasn't directed at us, it wasn't directed at Balmer, it wasn't directed at anybody on the board this year, last year. I mean, it was a cumulative effect. People that did not want to come to the board to ask for money because it's not worth their effort. City of Edgewater was an example. Don't want to come visit us because of, I don't know if it's a grilling or whatever we did to them in the past, whatever happened. We have to follow the rules that we've got. We've got to do a better job maybe explaining those rules on the front end. And I want us to do a better job at that. I know it's on the website. You can go to the website and look at it, but not everybody reads that stuff the way it needs to be read. It's a matter of us educating and continue to educate people. So that's all I have to say. Carl, do you have anything you want to say?
No, as y'all got my email, so I think everything else you explained myself there.
I would like to mention something. I've worked in New Orleans, outside of New Orleans, in Denver, and Tallahassee, and now in this area right now, and I absolutely love this area. But I really have never worked in a city that was so, or on a board where it just seemed like there was not a lot of cohesiveness. Whether it's the chambers, yeah, this is a unique area, and I just, I do sometimes get a little disheartening about how we don't work together enough. And I'm talking the whole Southeast Volusia, I'm just not talking about this town. And I echo your sentiments. We've got to be able to work together, everybody, with all the chambers. I'm not just talking about our chamber here, I mean, over in, Port Orange, everywhere. So I would like to see us be a little bit more acceptable to discussion about whether it's a 2014 budget or something like that, because they need us and we need them. That's all I need to say.
I wish Sam was still here to hear this.
Yeah, and let me, again, as I said at the beginning of the meeting, and when I corrected those minutes, for whatever reason with the chamber, the issue was purely having to do with a paid contract. It had nothing to do with not working or working with them. The problem also, I think, Tony, is you have to look at that they may feel some animosity, and I'm not picking on them, but it's a good example, but we didn't get a lot out of that contract. I mean, you look at the evaluation done by Renee, as simplistic as anything. I'm a member of the chamber, as many of us are here. I get a newsletter every month. As a board that contributes $10,000 to their bottom line, the ad authority didn't even get a newsletter. Weren't even put on their mailing list. Doesn't show to me an awful lot. I want to improve that. I want to make sure that we get them involved in that. City of New Smyrna Beach. You all may not have been on the board. I don't remember when you all came on, but when we approved the fish stock, Tim Hamby had to go to the City of New Smyrna Beach to get them to reduce the amount of money they were trying to charge fish stock to run the event. An event that dumped money back into their environment and which was good at. So those working relationships need to be built. Couldn't agree with you more. I was sad to hear what Carl and Tom experienced that meeting. The city of Edgewater, I don't know how else we could have explained it to them. We did it twice, and it didn't say. I think the issue is, we'll take it up at the next board meeting, we'll get back to these SOPs that Carl and I talked about. And when I made the comment about these proposals from the advertising area, next year when we do those grants, if we do the grants, and I have some ideas maybe that we want to consider the alternatives to them, but the board, the staff needs to look at that and make sure that one, is compliant, and two, that they're recommending to us that it get approved.